So I wanted to talk into this a little bit further because it's just kind of all flowing through me at the moment. And so it's really good for me. I think it helps me embody these things when I'm in this kind of state of things wanting to just come through. It helps kind of cement things in, I guess. So this is kind of a continuation on to part one. So if you've not listened to part one, then perhaps it might be better to listen to that first. I wanted to go on a little bit about the difference between a relationship and a connection. So relationships versus connections. So what I'm seeing is relationships have kind of been where we've been. When we create a relation with someone, we have an idea about what that person is, who that person is to us, what that person brings for us. We have constructed lots of ideas. So that the key word there is the construct that you have created around this being, of what it is that they are to you. Now, firstly, I just want to remind you or make you aware that remember the construct that we create in regards to any other being on the planet is based around our idea of them and not actually based around who they truly are, which is kind of why a lot of people get mad when people that they're close to go through some big shifts and changes, because suddenly they're looking at this person that isn't matching the construct that they have created inside of their own minds, inside of their own being. And that can make them feel unsafe because they don't know where they stand in this relationship anymore. They need something from this person. They're used to this person being something for them. And so when we create relationships, there's structure there, there's ideas, there's beliefs, there's a creation of what this being actually is in regards to you. And each time, you think about this person or you interact with this person, you bring all of these ideas with you in the interaction. So a simple explanation of that would be like, let's say you're meeting a friend, and before you've even met your friend, you have already decided on some level how that interaction is going to go, because you've created together, you've created the structure of what your relationship is based on all of the interactions you've had in the past. And so in essence, because we're building structures, we're kind of almost in a way holding each other in these types of relationships in a sort of prison, in a way. Okay, and let me explain a little bit more. Each of you have expectations of what each of you are going to bring into the space. Attachments, ideas, beliefs, structures. And so you meet up with this person that you are in relations with, and all of these things that you have created in the past come into the interaction. And, so then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy in a lot of ways. You often play out together the same patterns and structures that you have pre-created. Now, that's a relationship. A connection is something different. And you can have a connection within a relation, but when you just have a pure connection, which is based on absolute truth, no attachments, no structures, no ideas, no beliefs, you can almost let go of everything that you ever thought you knew about this being that you're about to connect with, and let it unfold in the most authentic and pure way that it can. Now, it's really, really difficult for us to do this, I'm not saying that this is easy, that we can go into a relationship with someone that we've known our whole lives and let go of everything that we know about that person. But it's creating a kind of an opening or an openness that actually, if we don't hold this person in our ideas of what is going to unfold and what this is going to be, it does create space for something new to be created within the connection that will unfold in the moment. Connection can only ever really unfold in the moment, in the now. And of course, we all know from experience that we can have connection with complete strangers. We can just meet someone and we can feel this amazing connection with them, and perhaps we spend a little bit of time with this person that we have no preconceived ideas about because we don't know them yet. We haven't created a version of them inside of our constructs. And we can have this amazing connection, and it's really pure, and we feel it so deeply. We feel it so deeply when we have these moments of connection. But then, of course, the more we interact, we begin to build the constructs. We begin to build and create the version of them that we hold within ourselves. And this can lead to all kinds of problems, that we've all experienced, I'm sure. So, for example, let's say we have begun some kind of romantic relationship with someone, and we have all this ideology about who this person is, and maybe quite early on we then start seeing sides to this other person that doesn't fit in with the version of them that we've created, and we feel angry and we feel cheated and we feel like this person's been deceiving somehow or not shown this side of them. And perhaps actually we need to look back inside of ourselves and ask ourselves why we have kind of restricted or created a version of this person that has to fit in with our creation of who they are and not who they actually really are. And we could go on and on and on. I could go on and on and on and on about this subject of how we each perceive every person in a completely different way. There can be 10 of us in a room and 9 of us all looking at one individual in that room who's speaking. And every single one of us will be seeing a different version of that person, because that version of that person's not really outside of us. That person is being created inside of us. And it's being created through all of our own stuff, that we're holding: expectations, attachment, previous experience, ideas. So can we free ourselves, is the question. Can I free myself from stepping into interactions with preconceived ideas, preconceived notions, structures, boundaries, beliefs, conditioning, and be really open to experience the pure connection without all of that stuff? So yeah, hopefully this has given me some food for thought. So hopefully it's given you some food for thought too. And sending you love.